right, we are here. Welcome everyone to Pixelated Perspectives, episode number 1. I am the Maximum Spider 2099 Gaming. To my right,
To your right, is that me?
yeah.
Sorry, Sunny Slim. I can't. Sorry, I've got it oriented differently. So like,
Oh yeah,
I'm
you're
below
right.
you.
You're right.
Mine's
Yeah, I'm
vertical.
below you.
So yeah,
I was like, who's to your right?
All right, and the Green Lantern profile picture.
Sammy Stern.
All right, listen. Without further ado, all right. So Sammy, give me your top 5. Let the people know your top 5 favorite games of all time, so they can kind of get a feel of us individually.
All right, number 1, the objective greatest game in the world, Sekiro. Shadows Die Twice.
Jeez.
I don't want to hear your opinions on it. Okay, that wasn't an invitation. 2, The Witcher 3.
Oh my
3,
god.
Elden Ring.
Oh.
Number 4, WWF No Mercy.
Oh.
Shut your mouth! Don't talk to me about
my
WCW. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
We'll
Number
talk about-
5. No, we won't. We won't. That's where this conversation dies. And then number 5 is Alan Wake 2.
Oh.
It's a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece, and that's it.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Sonny.
All right. So, I've got Halo 2. That's
Okay.
the best
See you
game.
coming.
Number
Didn't see
1. Elder Scrolls 3: Morrowind.
Mhm.
Pokemon Red would be the first JRPG that I ever played.
Mhm.
Dark Souls and Doom Eternal.
Okay.
So we had to get the
Respectable.
Souls game in there.
It's respectable.
All right, so for my top 5, listen, and y'all,
Oh,
people
God.
can say whatever they want. Listen, I don't give
Oh,
a fuck.
God.
I'm just letting you know. I don't care, man. Listen. All right, so
Suicide
top
Squad
5.
number 1.
Hell no. In no order, because I literally have not thought about this.
Oh my god.
I haven't thought about it at all. But we'll go number 1, Scarlet Nexus. Number 2, I'll go SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Number 3, I'll go Miles Morales. Number 4, I'll go X-Men Legends. Number 5.
Okay.
You know, I'll go Eternights, number 5.
It's better than I expected.
I feel like I've got to
was-
pick a wrestling game since you both picked a wrestling game. So I'm gonna go with WCW versus NWO World.
Yeah.
Revenge.
Yeah.
Out
Second
of
one.
here.
So we're gonna go with that one. That's my
Everybody
pick
knows you're lying.
for
Anyone
a,
who says
for a
that is
wrestling
lying.
game.
Listen, we going to talk about this on it because I think that would make a good episode. Us talk about the best wrestling games and all that.
That should be
But without further ado, man, we had 3 showcases. So we're gonna start with the PlayStation State of Play. We obviously not gonna go through every fucking minute game that came out, but we're just gonna talk about the ones that stuck with people. So without further ado,
So we're just gonna skip the state of play then.
oh my God, Jesus. Have some decor. Have some respect.
Nah, I've got a couple that I like.
All right, so give me y'all thoughts on Conquer.
I mean, I was interested in the game, in the gunplay, because it obviously, I think Bungie is working on them with it. And I really like how Destiny plays. So it looked like Destiny mixed with Overwatch. And I want to play it. I just don't know if I want to buy it. Like, if it had been like a free-to-play game, maybe.
Even
I'd
at
be more
$40?
interested. Yeah, I mean, Helldivers was 40, so I like that a lot. So I could be surprised. But I got a beta code. I'm gonna try it,
Oh, okay.
and we'll see. Maybe I'll like it and I'll buy it, but I'm not like hyped for it.
Sammy.
I'm not playing that game. That's it. I'm not gonna play the game. So there's that.
Um,
$40 too much.
listen, I'll listen. Y'all can say whatever. Again, y'all can say whatever y'all want. Y'all can call me a pony. 2v1 is cool. I'm buying that game day one.
Oh
I'm
my
buying it day
God.
one. Look, it looks like a better Overwatch to me. And I didn't like Overwatch like that. But this game just looks more fun than Overwatch. The gunplay looks 100 times better than Overwatch. The aesthetic, it feels like Guardians of the Galaxy. Like, to me, it looks good. I know that's a odd opinion or the odd man out type of opinion, but it looks good to me.
No. All right. It does look like a well-made game. It looks really nice actually. The graphic fidelity was very nice. But that style game's not for me. That's all.
It was, I don't know. It was just that when you watch that CGI trailer, I'm getting like Guardians of the Galaxy vibes, and like I'm thinking like, oh, what's the story here? Like you're gonna be doing like bounties or like, jobs or whatever, and then it switches to like completely different tone of game.
Yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah.
it was kind of like that shock. I mean, but when you look at it for what it is, I mean, one of the biggest things about Overwatch was that it always didn't feel great as a shooter.
Yeah.
At least to me. Some of the plays like Call of Duty and Halo and Titanfall, things that are more about the gunplay. So I mean, I'm interested to try it. If it's a good hero shooter with good gunplay, then it could be something special. So
I'm just glad that they priced it accordingly, because I can tell you now, if that game was $70, I'm skipping it. There's no way I would pay for that. Even $60, I'm not paying for that.
Even 40 though, it could be rough if the game has tons of microtransactions. Like if it's like really heavily
Yeah. You know
what it looks like?
monetized. I mean,
That would be a great Game Pass game. That's what
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
think that'd be a great game. Yeah.
I agree. But if Helldivers is anything to go off of, I don't think, I can only assume that the microtransactions won't be egregious and it'll be mostly cosmetic. But I mean, we shall see. Moving along, if y'all have any opinion about this, I don't, and I'm not buying this game. I'm not going to play it. Dynasty Warriors Origins. Do we have any thoughts about that?
My only
No.
thought was like, I liked them on PS2 when I like rented them from Blockbuster, and
Yeah.
that is not enough to carry me towards like purchasing that game.
Yeah,
I don't really have any.
Yeah,
any
I'm
impressions
just.
on it.
I think that gameplay style is just so. I don't want to say
Outdated.
outdated, because it can work if you sprinkle in some stuff, but the Dynasty Warriors game specifically is literally just nothing to them besides mash buttons and kill everybody. It's not like you have different missions and different shit to do.
Right.
You're just going around the map doing the same shit. So I'm good on that. Marvel Rivals.
I'm interested in it. Not on my PlayStation, but I'm interested in it.
This
It looks
fucking
pretty cool.
Xbox.
Yeah. I mean, we all
if
have
it
our.
was DC, I would consider it.
See,
Hey,
oh my god,
everyone's excited for Doom: The Dark Ages on PlayStation, so I feel like it's fair.
Yeah.
you got a point.
No, if it was DC, I'd consider it, but no, I'm not playing.
Hey, I'm playing this game. I'm gonna spend mad money on this game. This is gonna be my live service game. So I can't wait.
Because you like really mid
just-
superhero games. That's been
See,
kinda your-
listen, listen. This guy's gonna try to derail the pod, like, because listen, let's just think about it. If you had DC rivals, like, what tier do you think Batman is gonna be in that game?
I mean, I think that in a shooter game like that, he could be really high tier because you could do all sorts of weird gadgets for him.
Oh my god,
But you could.
what tier do you think Green Lantern is in this game?
That's top tier. That's S tier. What's above S tier?
Oh my, he's not even a
This
S
is
tier.
one.
He's not even a S tier Justice League member.
You're right. He's above
Is
that
it
in general.
is it
right.
is it a cool Green Lantern, or is it Hal Jordan who just does like
Right. Hal Jordan's a cop.
punching bags
We don't
and
want
stuff.
no Hal Jordan and no Hal
Yeah.
Jordan. Kyle Rayner. That's it.
he catches you with a big baseball mitt? It's very imaginative.
Until
I feel like Hal
Dawn,
Jordan would just call the police.
Until Dawn remastered. Do we care about this or no?
Not really into horror games that much.
I'm into games that have gameplay. Until Dawn has no gameplay. I'm sorry if that offends anyone. It just doesn't. I'm skipping it. I'm not playing it. Sammy, are you playing this game?
No, I'm not playing that game, but I am going to take umbrage with what you just said. Are you saying like just no walking sim appeals to you ever?
Not even just walking sims. We can even get into it if we're going to talk about JRPGs, which is my favorite genre of games.
Mm-hmm.
Just really quickly, I'm not going to derail, but something like, and this is going to piss people off, Final Fantasy VII Original. To me, when I'm playing a game where I'm just hitting a button and then watching stuff happen, that I just don't look at that as a game that has gameplay that's engaging. Like to me,
So there's a RPG game coming up that we're going to talk about that you're definitely interested in. Then
yes,
guess,
because if I'm playing a turn-based game, it needs to be like Midnight Suns, where I'm constantly doing something. I'm moving around. I'm hitting the button to time it with the attacks for extra damage. I'm actually having a counter and stuff, like a dragon. Infinite Wealth, not the first one because I didn't like that one either. But we're not gonna derail. Silent Hill 2 remake. Is anybody excited for that?
No.
No. I mean, it looks interesting. People that like horror games. I'm just not into horror, so
My perspective is like I never played Silent Hill at all, like any game in the series. So for me, I look at it as Resident Evil is my favorite survival horror genre. And this game to me just looks like Resident Evil 4 with a Silent Hill paint on it. So I'm excited for it. It looks exactly, the gunplay looks the same. Everything looks like Resident Evil 4. So I will be playing it.
I think for me it's like RE4 and you find plenty of guns and ammo, right? Like if it's like a survival horror game where like, oh, I'm out of bullets and you got to run away or run around, like that's the stuff where I get less into it. But I guess that's why
I like
why I
those.
like
I just
RE4.
don't think Silent Hill looks that good to me. Like, I've never been into that series, but like what you described, like I mean, you look no further than Alan Wake, right? Like I love that, but yeah, I don't know, something about Silent Hill just has never done it for me.
Monster Hunter Wilds.
No.
Damn.
I know, yeah. I mean,
Oh, are y'all serious?
I'm dead serious.
so I played like 20 hours of Monster Hunter World on Xbox, and I just didn't. It just didn't. I don't know. Like I just feel like it's a game you got to play with other people. It's not as fun alone. But
That's true.
It's just not. It's not fun.
I think I downloaded the demo for Rise, and like the first screen had like 3 paragraphs of tutorials, and I was just like, I'm out. I'm good.
Oh my God.
I'm good. So
That's just like
yeah.
like I'd be much happier with a terrible story like Dragon's Dogma 2, which is like my game of the year right now, than that other where you're just like chasing around like I don't need that. I can play Buck Hunter in like the local bar. I don't need
They're good games. I just feel like I don't have a consistent group to play a game like that with where it would be worth it. So
so for Monster Hunter, I played Worlds like a little bit. I probably got like 2 hours max in the game. I played it with my dad a little bit. I never got into it. But I'm gonna try this one. This one looks pretty fun. It looks interesting. I gotta really wait till it gets closer to really look at a deep dive. Because again, if I'm just, to me, the thing about Monster Hunter is the monsters, and I know they're supposed to, but it just felt like spongy and repetitive. Like I'm just going around just fighting these spongy ass monsters for 30 minutes at a time, and it just got kind of boring. But I mean, we'll see as it gets closer to release, I guess. So the final game from that showcase that anybody cares about, Astrobot.
Astrobot looks good.
It looks very good.
I am not in a situation to buy games day one right now, really. So I probably won't get it immediately, but it looks really, really good. And I liked the pack-in title on PS5 a lot. So I definitely plan on playing it at some point.
Yeah, no, it looks tremendous. I'm not gonna play it. Just that's not my style of game. I have too many games that like I actively want to play right now to commit to something like that. But it looks amazing, and like one day maybe. But I do want to. There's one more game that we didn't talk about is Where Winds Meet. Looks really good to me, and that's a game that I'll definitely be playing.
What was that game?
That's the one.
Another Souls.
I think it's set in China, maybe a Souls-like guy with a sword. But it looked really cool. It looked like a really stylish kind of. Like,
that's probably why I don't remember it. If it looked like another Souls game, I've completely tuned it out. So I'm gonna have to check on that one again.
I'm not confident it's Souls-like, but it does look. It did have like some of those earmarks to it. So yeah.
Talk about Infinity Nikki too. You said you was interested in that game too.
Who said that?
Didn't you say you was interested in Infinity Nikki?
I said you could not pay me to play that video game.
Oh my God. Okay, so why? Because you obviously remember the game. So what about that game?
It's the same thing as like what's the one that everyone's excited about right now? That's coming out where you're like playing like an 11-year-old girl dressed up as Reptar going to like I'm not. That's not. Those games are not for me. I'm sorry.
Oh, you know what? Oh, I remember this game. I remember this game.
You don't love it.
Yes, I remember this. The name kind of slipped, but yes, that's a fucking day one. I'll pay $70 for that. I'll pay $70 for that. That looked like my game of the year. That game looked amazing.
Excuse me, sorry.
The aesthetic, the dialogue, the platforming, everything about that game looked amazing. I'm definitely playing that day one. Infinity Nikki, yes.
Let's just move right on.
Okay. All right, Summer Games Fest. So we got the first game on the list is Lego Horizon. I'm sure y'all will dunk on that. So go ahead if y'all interested.
No, I like Lego games. I played the Star Wars one last year and I loved it. And this one looks like they've put it into Decima. It looks fucking insane visually for a Lego game. Um and I mean I like Horizon's like my favorite PlayStation IP right now, so
Oh my
I mean
god.
I'm down for it.
jeez.
So
Jesus
No,
Christ.
I'm not playing it.
I platinum Forbidden West. So
oh my
you
god,
know,
please.
give me more Horizon. I played the VR game last year too.
Oh.
Lego games are cool, whatever. Like I got no beef with that. Horizon is the cardboard. It is the cardboard of video
Oh
games.
my god.
You
What does
could
that
not.
even mean?
Yeah, no.
I kind of agree.
Imagine what chewing on cardboard is like.
Yeah, I kind of agree. For me, it's like when you look at all the big flagship PlayStation franchises, it's definitely like the lowest on the totem pole for me. And I beat Forbidden West. I didn't care to finish the first one because it was boring as hell. Forbidden West was boring as hell too, but I pushed myself to finish it. Lego Horizon to me looks like a much funner time than either one of those two games, so I'm definitely gonna buy it. It's a Lego game. It really ain't too much to say. If you played one Lego game, you fucking played them all pretty much. But it's just the gameplay is just so fun in those games and the charm of it. And plus, this one is gonna have online co-op, which is something I don't know if the other ones had online co-op, but I don't think they did. At least the Avengers ones didn't when I was playing those.
And then the other big part of it is it's going to be on Switch. So
Yep,
we're seeing that PlayStation's going to be third party soon.
Oh, jeez.
That's coming down the pike.
It's hilarious too because it's like I don't really understand it. Like I understand it not coming to Xbox because like why would you put Horizon like on that console? But like I don't get the Switch thing either. People are like, oh, it's so they can get people into the series. Like so they're gonna play the Lego game and then they're gonna go play the M-rated or the teen-rated open world game where she's nothing like the Lego version of her. Like I don't see that. I don't see someone playing Lego Horizon when they're 9 years old and then they're like 15 and they're like, man, I really want to play a mature Horizon game now because I love the Lego
think
games
it's
so much.
probably more just like there's like 130 million Switches sold, right?
It's
like,
purely
to me, it's
monetary.
like,
and it's seen as like a kid's console, right? Yeah,
right,
exactly.
Right, exactly.
Harry Potter Quidditch champions.
No.
If
it's free to play, I'll try it. If they charging anything over $5 for it, they can go fuck themselves.
It just makes me feel like a cash grab when they could have just put it in Legacy.
I don't like Harry Potter that much.
They could have put Quidditch into Legacy as a mini game, and instead
was it not in that game?
No, it's not in that game.
No.
That's weird. Yeah, that's weird.
Yep.
I mean, I didn't play either. I'm not a Harry Potter guy, but like, you're gonna make this giant Harry Potter experience and not have Quidditch? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, now we know why they didn't have it in there. But Black Myth Wukong.
It looks really cool.
It would have been a day one.
Here we go. I knew he was gonna say it.
Yeah.
It's delayed on Xbox.
Blame your Potato Series S. Don't blame the developers.
I'm not blaming anybody, man.
It's just like thankful. There's like 2 games in the history of this generation that have not launched because of the Series S, and everyone's like, Series S fucking holding everything back, and I'm like,
yeah. No, it looks great. I will play it. It does give me a little bit more of a buffer to actually catch up on the games I'm playing now, so I'm fine with it. I'll wait a little bit.
I don't know if I'm buying it. To me, it looks. I don't want to say it just looks like another generic Souls game, man. Like, there's nothing about Black Myth Wukong that's like, yo, this shit looks incredible. I gotta get it when it come out. To me, it just looks like, oh, it's another Souls game made by a smaller studio. We'll see if it's good when it comes out. I'm not sure if I'm buying it.
On that one though is it's based on Journey to the West, which is like a really ancient Chinese story. Like I think that could be really really cool. So for me, that's kind of the hook for me with that one. Aside from, I think the game looks good. But,
I'm gonna keep my eye on it, cause like you just said, the story definitely looks promising, and it looks like it could be great done well into a video game. But once they show the gameplay, it's just like, oh, hit, wait for the enemy to hit, dodge, repeat. So Star Wars Outlaws.
Game looks
It
awesome.
became a day one for me. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't
Like,
believe it.
God, man, like they got space combat.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Better than Starfield's. There, I said it. It looks better than Starfield's
it
space.
does.
Yes, it
You
does.
can land. They outdid Starfield, and I love Starfield. They outdid it.
It reminds me of like the old like Star Wars like Starfighter games
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
or the
Like
I
Rogue
forget-
Squadron and
Rogue Squadron,
Mm.
yeah, like or like even like Battlefront 2, the old
yeah.
Battlefront 2. Like it looks really good. I mean, just looks like there's a lot of different gameplay elements. Not just it's not just another third person.
Yeah, it
you
looks
know.
very deep. Yeah,
So I'm really excited for it. Plus, it's Star Wars, which I love. So I mean, like,
mid, but yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
it looks
personally
great.
don't. I personally do not care about Star Wars. I don't like Star Wars. I think all of the movies since what was it, Episode 2, I think they suck. I think I think the property sucks. I think it's
Oh
boring.
my god.
I don't like Star Wars at all. But this game is definitely a day one. Once they showed that gameplay deep dive
Amazing.
at Ubisoft Forward, I
Mhm.
was like, yeah, this is it right here. This game is like almost like a dream. Like the only thing is missing to be a dream Star Wars game is the lightsaber. And if you want to play
Yeah.
with a lightsaber, they already got 2 games that you can go play. So for this is like a dream Star Wars game. You can just fly through the planets, land, fight,
Yeah.
dog fights. The gunplay looks good. You got gadgets. The little sidekick that you got is distracting people. It just looks great. We can't
Yeah, it
talk
does.
enough about that game.
honestly, it's refreshing to have a Star Wars game not be
Yeah.
Yeah.
some kind of Jedi thing. So I mean, I like it.
Listen, everybody should be looking forward to this game unless you're a member of the woke mob and you feel like, the main character isn't sexy enough. You can't get off to it and all that other stuff. Unless you feel like that, there's no way you could look at anybody with a straight face and say anything about this game looks bad. It just doesn't exist.
Right.
Metaphor Refantasio. I hope I said that
No.
right. No? Oh, yeah, we know he
Medieval
ain't playing it.
Persona?
He said medieval Persona.
This Persona, not Persona. Yeah, no, I'm not playing it. Nope.
I like the aesthetic, but again, the gameplay just...
It looks good.
It doesn't look bad. It just looks kind of weird, like how you going from action to turn-based. I'd rather they just stuck with one of them rather than trying to mesh the two.
I liked Persona 5 Royal a lot, but like there's a thing with me where I've played 700 hours of Halo Infinite, but a game's where the story takes 100 hours to beat is like kind of a turnoff. So it's
I
just
agree with
like-
that. I agree.
Like I wanna put hundreds of hours into a game over time, not to beat it. So like I beat Persona 5 Royal, got all the achievements, beat the game. It was like 100 hours, and then I was just kind of like, I think I'm good on Atlas games for a while. So I mean,
Yeah.
maybe this one. I really like the way this one looks, but I don't know. I think there's something to be said for a game that has hundreds of hours worth of content, but if you choose to just play the story, it's more of a 20 to 30 hour experience instead.
I agree 100%.
Even in an RPG, because like I feel like in a lot of my favorite RPGs, most of the hours and most of the good parts of them were off the beaten path, not on the focused critical path. So
Yep.
but I do like the way Metaphor looks. It looks really cool.
Yeah, I think it looks good. Again, this is one of them games I gotta see a little bit more because I don't know. I just feel like I can't remember a game that was successful where they transitioned from action to turn based, like just in the flow of combat. To me, that just looks a little weird. So I mean, I gotta see more of it. I'm not gonna say I'm not gonna buy it, but I gotta see more of it. Street Fighter 6 new season, King of Fighters, Terry and Mai.
No.
I don't know. I'm terrible at fighting games, and when I do play them, it's usually Mortal Kombat. So
Yeah,
I only have Rune for Tekken in my life, and I barely play that now. So yeah, no.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
I like that and Dragon Ball Fighters. I don't really look at Street
There you
Fighter or
go.
anything else.
So moving along, Dragon Ball Sparkling Zero.
And like I'm a big Dragon Ball fan. I really loved Dragon Ball Fighters and Kakarot, but I feel like Sparking Zero. I mean, it's what people want. Like it's what people in the Dragon Ball fighting game community want. They want Tenkaichi back. But I was kind of happy with the refreshing feel of some of the later Dragon Ball games. So this just looks like every other 3D arena fighting Dragon Ball game I've ever seen. So
Yeah,
I'm not super excited for it, but I want to play it. Like even still. So
Sammy.
because who doesn't want to play through the Dragon Ball story for the 9th time? So I mean, might as well.
I mean, I'm sure it looks like it's cool. To be honest, Dragon Ball was just never my thing, even as like a kid. But it looks cool. I probably won't play it, but it looks cool. You know, sure, it's fine. I respect Dragon Ball as an IP.
I love Dragon Ball. I'm probably gonna get this game day one, but to be honest, when they revealed it, I was super hyped. Like hype level was at a 10. The more gameplay I've seen since they revealed it, it's like
Well,
I'm back to a 7. I'm to a 7 at this point.
well, the reveal trailer seemed like the graphics and the animations were going to be insane. Like it made it seem like it was going to be something like that was pushing it forward. But then when they showed the gameplay, it's like I mean, this looks like games I played on my. I mean, not physically looked like, but just the way they felt, like the way they looked as far as the combat and stuff. It
I
looked like the
agree.
PS2 and the PS3 games. So it's just like,
I agree.
like
I agree, and that's why my hype fell, because at first I was like, all right, this is gonna be the next generation of Dragon Ball games, and then once the more gameplay I seen, it was like, okay, so basically this is just, I mean, it's from the same series, so obviously, but this is basically just, you know, Budokai Tenkaichi HD remaster or 4K remaster. It doesn't look like it's doing anything different. It don't look. I gotta see the modes, man. If they got some different modes in here, then maybe it can be. But if it's just the same gameplay we've been playing for 20 years now, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna play it, and once the novelty wears off, I'll be on to the next shit, whatever that may be. Delta Force Hawk Ops. Do y'all remember this game? I do.
Nope.
Y'all don't remember it? It was that first person shooter where it was like story based co-op.
I sleep. No, not for me.
Oh god. Valorant console. Is anybody playing it?
Nope.
no,
No?
I played it on PC. I didn't like it. So I'm an old Halo fan, so you can't get me to play
If you want me to play a shooter, just give me Halo. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Skate.
Yes, I will play that.
No.
Yeah.
You not playing
I
Skate?
played,
Why you not playing Skate?
No, I'm not really into Skate.
Oh,
So
oh man,
That's
I was
crazy.
a full-blown skater kid growing up.
That's crazy.
I bought Tony Hawk Pro Skater remake immediately
Okay.
because that was
Okay.
like my childhood. But
There
like
you
as
go.
far as other skate games, like
Oh,
Yeah, that's like probably a day one for me.
I want to know when they're gonna remake SSX Tricky.
Yes.
Let me get that.
Yeah, absolutely. That's one of my favorite games ever.
So
Sonic and Shadow Generations.
yeah, I'm getting that one. That looks fun.
Game of the year.
I need to beat Sonic Generations first, but it looks really good.
Game of the year.
Yeah.
Okay. You guys just go. You go ahead.
Listen, game of the year. I'm excited. I can't wait till it come out. Day one, I got all my Sonic games on Xbox, so I'm buying it on Xbox. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. And the movie comes out right after that, so it's just gonna be the year of Sonic. Like
Yeah, I'm
That
not
style of
really-
game is just not for me.
I
Man.
don't know about
don't
Game
know.
of the Year. When
Game
you
of the
got,
Year.
Space Marine. Oh wait, is it coming out this year?
well,
Or is it
yeah.
next year.
No, this year.
This year? No, I don't know, man. Avowed, Space Marine 2.
This
Dragon's
man
Dogma 2.
started naming mid. All right, so let's move on.
Oh my god.
The first Descendant.
That looks really cool.
I don't
I'm
remember
really
it.
excited for that. It's like a third person looter shooter. It's free to play.
No.
It's got a really awesome.
That's all he needed to hear was looter shooter, and he out.
No.
Yeah. It's got a really awesome art style and graphics.
Yeah.
I think it looks really awesome. And it's kind of got that like if I remember correctly, if you can like jump on enemies and stuff or something like that.
Yo, July
Am I getting
4th.
confused?
My calendar is marked. I'm waiting. The squad is ready. We gonna be on. That's gonna be the game to get me to Flintlock. We'll talk about that later, but that's gonna be the game because Flintlock comes out a day before my birthday, I think, and I'm reactivating Game Pass for that. So First Descendant is gonna be the game I'm sinking all of my time into when that game comes out. That game looks so great. The beta was good. It's just that game looks great.
Yeah, I
I'm
didn't get a
happy
chance
for
to
both
try
of
it,
you.
Oh,
but I'm excited to try it out when it comes out.
I'm happy for you both.
all right. So this next game we're gonna talk about when it launches. I think it's gonna launch next year. It has the potential to be the game of the generation. It's gonna be nominated for Game of the Year. We already know. Killer Bean, man. What y'all think about it? Killer Bean, man.
Killing
look-
the industry.
That's
That's
what I'm saying.
not exist.
I thought it was one of those ad breaks where they were showing a mobile game.
Yeah.
Oh my god, are y'all serious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could never pay me to play a game where I'm playing as a bean. That should not exist. No. No.
Hey, look,
Never.
I was
No.
tripping out looking at Twitter. People were like, "This is like the game of the show." I'm like, "Get
This
the
man gonna sit
fuck
up here.
talking
He gonna sit up here and say he not playing as a bean, but he gonna eat beans on toast with cheese. You see how ridiculous that is?
Okay.
Yeah,
Hold
that's
on.
true.
I
See?
approached that with scientific method. Okay.
Oh,
that was for
God.
science. I did that to establish diplomatic ties. Okay.
He likes it now.
And it was better than I thought.
he likes
you know,
that,
I didn't
too.
come out here and say it's my favorite breakfast. But
But listen, what's the consistency? Doesn't even make sense. How do you have toast and then you put wet beans on it? Like that? That's
Well,
just
hold on.
weird.
So Ziggy Princess gave me the best advice, which was throw butter in it, like once you finish simmering it, and it thickens it up a bit. And also, I don't know if you guys are aware of this. It's not our beans. Their baked beans do not taste like our baked beans. You understand? Like it's not sweet. It's not like molasses.
They taste breakfasty.
Nuh-uh.
I
Well, no,
guess.
not really. It tastes. It's like, to be honest, like you guys ever had SpaghettiOs?
Oh no!
No, come on, man.
SpaghettiOs.
Yeah, it's like
SpaghettiOs on toast.
it's tomato based, but I'm not gonna stand here and slander it. I tried it. It was better than I expected it to be. It
Nah.
was solid. It's a solid snack.
Ever.
I expected it to be way worse.
Listen, when he did the Vince Carter dunk and alley ooped the grenade through his legs and blew up all the op beans.
Oh, no.
Listen, that's when I knew I was buying this game. I was pre-ordering it. I need a collector's edition with the bean statue. Listen, the driving, he hitting donuts, he hopping out the whip, slow motion, Max Payne style, 2 guns, blowing. When he was in the office building and he jumped through the window and did a 360-degree turn and shot the bean in the opposite window. Come on, man. Listen,
Gaming's cooked.
that and Squirrel with a gun. Let me explain something to y'all.
Oh my god.
That Killer Beans and Squirrel with a gun is the next evolution of gaming. Y'all don't want to hear it?
The next evolution.
It's gonna push gaming forward. It's gonna push gaming forward. I'm telling you.
I don't know. We're talking about the evolution of gaming. I'm watching a video clip of Bugs Bunny fighting LeBron James right now. And,
Oh, I gotta download that
yeah.
again. I gotta re-download that.
That's it right there. I think.
We couldn't move past this.
Readers Rewind. Power Rangers.
Yeah, I'm so excited for that game.
Which one?
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Okay,
So-
yeah, that was good.
So like, they had a beat 'em up Power Rangers game that came out last gen, and it was awful. They had like weird big heads. And
Yeah, I
you
remember that
could
one.
never-
It was like a mobile
could
game,
never-
wasn't it?
No, it was on Xbox too.
Oh,
but like,
damn.
you just couldn't. You couldn't even like line up to hit people. You never played like a beat 'em up like Streets of Rage,
Yep.
but like a generic one, and it's like you can't get the fucking hit registration to work. Worst feeling ever. This
This looked
game looks
really
like
good.
it's straight out of the, the 4th generation Genesis Super Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It looks straight out of that generation. I had a Power Rangers game on my Sega, my Genesis, and yeah, I'm gonna get that one day one if I can.
That one looks really, really good. I was a Power Rangers kid. I still have my turbo license right behind my driver's license. This one looks really, really good. I don't know if I'll buy it day one, but that's a game I would definitely play. Absolutely.
I'm assuming that this game is gonna be $20 or close to it. So for me, that's definitely gonna be a day one. I'll probably buy it on Steam and PlayStation. But yeah, it looks
play it
really
together.
good.
We should all play it together.
Let's do that. We could do that on the channel. We could do that. That sounds good. All right, before we move on, all right, let's get Mecha Break. Do y'all remember Mecha Break?
That looked cool.
That game
I
looked
thought that
good.
looked really cool.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks
Yep,
really good.
I'm in on that.
Yeah, I want to play that.
Was that showed up at the Xbox showcase
Yeah,
too, right?
it was Xbox too. Yeah.
Oh dang.
Is that Game Pass or no?
It's not confirmed
know.
if it's Game Pass. I'm not sure.
Okay. Either way, that looks cool. I would play that game definitely.
All right, before we go to the Xbox showcase, do y'all have any thoughts or any concerns for this being like, I want to say 4 years in and we still don't know what the fuck is going on with Wonder Woman?
I
Yeah.
can't. I'm up at night thinking about it. To be honest with you, it's driving me crazy, man. I want that game. That's one of my most anticipated games by far. So no, yeah, I'm devastated.
Part of me's worried about it. I'm just excited for another game that uses the Nemesis system.
Yes.
And I think it has really good potential. I'm hoping that it just shows up like Perfect Dark did, and we're like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
it's good. It's good.
And you know what? Like it hurts a little bit, but then I'm looking back at it. It's like they showed it 2.5 years ago now. That's actually not that long compared to some other things that, especially with Xbox, right? That took 4 years to see again, something like that.
I'm just concerned that they won't even talk about it. Like they don't. No, you can't find any articles. You can't find a devs talking about it. That's my only thing. I'm just thinking like, why they won't even talk about the game? They won't even say nothing about it.
The only thing I saw is they were like hiring. They like so one of the I think the project lead on Twitter was like talking about they're still hiring, they're still developing, they're just not talking about it for whatever reason. But yeah, I think Monolith makes good games. And I love Wonder Woman. So yeah, I hope that comes out soon. I hope we hear something.
Monolith has a proven track record, so I'm not gonna overreact to it too much. They don't have a history of putting out no bullshit. So as long as the game is still in development and WB is not over there cooking the books trying to make this a live service game at the last minute, then we should be fine and set. But I just want to hear something about it. Like I just want them to come out and say, hey, we working hard on the game, it's going good.
Yeah.
We ain't forgot about y'all. Just something. But that game is definitely
proof of life.
Yeah, that game is definitely probably my most anticipated super. Well, I ain't gonna say because Wolverine is
Right. Yeah,
but Wonder Woman's got to be like 1A, 1B because I'm waiting for that game.
Right. Yeah.
Especially because we haven't had a proper DC game that was just like a great game in so long.
Not just that. When's the last time we got a DC game that wasn't like Batman adjacent? You know what I mean? They show no reverence for an amazing stable of characters because WB, they're a bunch of cowards. They are foreign enemies, bad things for WB. But so this game needs to come out and hit. I would be so happy.
They're only going with the stuff that's had recent success. That's
exactly.
why, the Suicide Squad movie was pretty good, the second one.
Yeah.
And then, Batman's always pretty good.
Hopefully James Gunn saves everything then, because I think the last time they released a game that wasn't Batman adjacent was like 2006.
I don't understand how Spider-Man hasn't inspired publishers and developers to go for a similar
Listen,
I think it's because Spider-Man's a home run IP.
Right.
You know what I mean?
No, listen, I can't say that. Listen. You can't say that because I will sit here and tell you as a Spider-Man fan, it hasn't always been a home run. I mean, when you think back to that PS3 generation, we had Shattered Dimension, which was a great game.
I don't just mean games.
Oh, you talking about in general, like
Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like he's the number one superhero. It could be a mobile game. People are gonna buy it. Spider-Man is like the face of comics. Let's be honest.
I mean, I get why some other third-party publishers haven't done much because I'm sure that Disney license isn't cheap, but like WB doesn't have to license.
Yeah, man, they got Rocksteady, they got Monolith, they got even NetherRealm. Like you have so many companies over there that can just make a great DC game.
Like I believe Rocksteady could have made like a really good Superman game.
Yeah, or give us a game where we play as the Justice League. We've been begging, and then you release a game where we kill the Justice League.
Yeah, I don't even know.
It was fun to kill the Justice League though.
I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that game was fun.
I want to play as them. Man.
Listen, that game was fun, man.
I like Suicide Squad.
Listen, the game was good.
No hate on that game. I'm sure that game's fine. That's not my problem with it. My problem is like, I don't want to play as this C tier superhero team when you haven't given me a single game.
It's definitely not the kind of like characters that you should put a huge game budget around. Yeah. Like it should have been like a smaller game.
They had to know that game was going to fail. Like you have to know. I mean, but then again, when you look at what the I don't know if it's the owner of WB or whatever the person it is that runs their game department. When you look at him coming out after Suicide Squad failed and doubling down and saying we're gonna find a live service game that makes us money.
I'd like to fight him, to be honest with you.
Like, what are y'all doing?
Unfortunately, the consumers are what drives this, right? Because I mean, you
can
have
him and me in a pit of fire, fight to the death, and if I win, I get to decide how it goes from now on.
You can have all these failed games, and then you just need one to hit, and then it makes more money than you've made in your entire.
How much did they lose on that? They lost.
But they did that. They did that with Hogwarts. They lost $200 million. It was reported.
$200 million.
But you did that. They did that with Hogwarts. You had the single player game that hit, shattered expectations, was the highest selling game of the year, and then you still put out something like Suicide Squad.
Right. I do wonder though, because like they always say, like, okay, Hogwarts Legacy was the highest selling game of last year, but it probably wasn't the most profitable game of last year, right?
Right.
I
Like,
mean,
how much did it cost to make?
with the royalties to JK, with development costs, marketing.
You
I'm
make a
sure
good
they
point.
marketed the
Right.
hell
I mean,
out
it's
of it.
kind of the same issue
mean-
that they talk about with Spider-Man 2, right? Like, how much money did they have to spend, not just to make it, but then how much goes to Disney, all that stuff. Like, makes it really hard to make your money
Right.
back when you make something. And it's an amazing game, Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
Like,
and it's profitable, but it's not
right,
as
but how
profitable,
much, right? Because
Yeah.
$300 million dev cost or something, right?
Yeah, and then you've got
That's
like like everyone was like, oh, should be worried about Call of Duty because it got outsold by Harry Potter. It's like Harry Potter's a bigger IP than Call of Duty.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Like, it's
People
like
who don't play video games
yeah,
are gonna
Right.
buy that game. Yeah.
and Spider-Man should have been that too, but I guess
I mean, I think it did really well. I'm not
it
worried
did.
about
I
it.
think it's sold plenty. I mean, I think it's over
they said 11 million.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. But
They're
I'm not
in
worried
the
about
profit.
it. Yeah, it's just more like
Um,
how much does that cost to make? How hard is it to make your money back? And then,
but I would
go
bet
with that.
anything that Call of Duty still had more revenue as an IP last year
Yep.
than
Right,
Harry Potter, right? So I mean, like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter that it was the best-selling game of last year because the
Right.
lesson learned there isn't that we can put out this game. It's that
we didn't make enough money.
we didn't make any money after the initial sale. Like,
Right.
that's what everyone's obsessed with now is you
Yeah.
sell the game and then how do you make that person spend more money in
Right.
the game? And like my answer to that is like do an expansion, do a story expansion or something, but that's more development costs. So
Tell
it's like,
343. Tell 343 that exact thing.
Oh my god.
yeah, especially with how Infinite ended. Like, come on, give me some more story.
Yeah.
They're gonna do a Gears of War E-Day thing. We're gonna get another Halo 1 game next, and then I'm gonna play it 'cause I am Halo
Until
nut,
somebody
but
tells me that exists, Halo 1 remake does
Yeah.
not exist. That's
I love how it got reported. The way it got reported was Halo CE remake is rumored coming to PlayStation, as if it was
Right,
not going to
yeah,
come to
yeah.
Xbox
Right.
at all. Like, it was
Right,
coming to
right.
PlayStation only.
PlayStation and Switch. Yeah.
Leading into the Xbox showcase, Black Ops 6. Do y'all feel anything for Call of Duty?
No.
I'm gonna play it because it's on Game Pass.
That's it. I'll try.
But I
it.
haven't played-
I'll probably play one day.
I played Cold War because it came with my graphics card purchase. But I mean, I haven't really bought Call of Duty since, I don't know, like Black Ops 2
Yeah.
or something like that. Like, I was really into it in 360 gen. I think I played like Ghosts on Xbox One, and then I was just kind of like, like, I'm kind of over Call of Duty.
Yeah, I don't care
So,
about Call of Duty at all.
I'm excited for them to come to Game Pass so I can play the campaigns because I really enjoyed the Cold War campaign. But beyond
I
that,
won't even
yeah.
do that. I'll play online one night. Remember how
no.
bad I am at it, and that'll be it.
I'm gonna play Black Ops 6 on the campaign and then probably put it down.
I'm excited that it's coming to Game Pass because Call of Duty has just been going down each year. I'll give them credit for Modern Warfare 3. I think that was the one this year. I got it on my shelf. Yeah, Modern Warfare 3. I'll give them credit for that because that game to me was like the best one since this generation started to me. But
Really?
yeah, it was really good. But
Wow. Okay.
but Black Ops 6, I'm just glad they put it in Game Pass, so I ain't got to buy it, and that's pretty much all I got to say about Call of Duty. Doom: The Dark Age.
That's day zero for me.
Game of the
I'm
year,
buying that
2025.
Yeah.
Doom Eternal should have been Game of the Year in 2020. Dark Ages is going to be my Game of the Year for 2025. I can tell you that right now.
Day one. You know who made a good point? Nick, his on Twitter is Central Scrooty. It looks exactly like they had started a Quake game, and then we're like, oh, we're gonna make more money making Doom, so we'll just make a medieval Doom. Like, I thought that was a great point because there were the rumors of Quake. No, I don't want to hear it, Steven. All right, there were rumors of Quake, and then next thing you know, it's Doom again. And I think was that Xbox maybe? I don't know. They want more money, but it looks amazing. It's day one for me. Easy. I love Doom.
I don't feel like you can turn a Quake game into a medieval Doom game.
I feel like you could. I feel like you could. You just take Quake and then you put Doom guy in it.
I also feel like there's too much creativity and new stuff in there for it to be a game that developers are forced to change the IP.
Yeah, okay, I'm half joking. I don't know that they were forced to do anything.
No, because if you remember,
they talked about Quake.
Because if you remember during the court case, they actually they talked. They had that on the list. It was called Doom Year Zero.
Well,
yeah,
and they might still be making a Quake game. It may just be, a
I
smaller
need that
project.
because you've been ducking me in Quake 3.
Oh
now for
shit.
weeks.
I've been ducking you. Let's pull up the Xbox messages.
No, wait.
Sammy,
Hold on.
Sammy, are you on?
No, yeah. Doom. I mean, hype is unimaginable for me.
Mhm.
Definitely.
Look,
Yeah.
look. So I watched a breakdown of that one. That's the only game out of all these games that I watched an entire breakdown for. And like, I'm just telling you, like, obviously this game's gonna focus on the shield, so
Mhm.
like that's gonna be a big focus. But it looks like it's gonna be. I don't want to say open world because God, I hope it's not an open world
No,
Yeah,
game.
please
no.
no, please no.
But
Please no.
it looks like they're moving away from the arenas though. That
They
I mean,
did say
Doom Eternal,
bigger. I thought
yeah,
like wider, but not open
and
world.
and Doom Eternal moved away from the arenas a little bit too, but it still had a
Yeah.
pretty big focus
Mhm.
on like you go into a room, it seals off, you know,
Mhm.
and then you fight a bunch of enemies. This one looks like he's like fighting in a war, so you have like formations of large numbers of demons. There's ones going in other directions from where the player is and stuff like that. So,
Look like an Urukai army, like from the movies. You know, they
right,
would do like the pan
hmm
over, and there's a million of them. Yeah, yeah.
right.
No, it looks
I'm,
amazing. Absolutely.
so I'm really excited for that. I'm really excited for like just more Doom in general, and like
Yeah.
they showed so many new weapons. I mean, we have the super shotgun like normal, but then you've
Mhm.
got the skull thrower, like it
Yeah,
grinds
that looks
skulls
so
up and
cool,
throws
man.
bones.
Yeah.
Like
Tough.
what the hell? That's so cool.
Tough.
The nail gun or whatever that like
Yeah.
nails people to walls and
Tough.
stuff.
I'll
So
be
I mean,
honest,
like,
it could have not shown me that game, and I'd still think it was going to be
and can we
incredible. Like I
just
just,
appreciate? Can we just appreciate id Software for a second because
Mhm.
Fable, State of Decay, Avowed, they're the only studio that I can think of that announces a game with gameplay. Like everyone else does a
Right.
stupid CGI trailer.
Yeah, I'll give them credit for that because
You
I hate
know,
CGI
Okay,
trailers.
hold on, no, because I'm going to say one thing about that.
of the
Like
Xbox studios anyway.
Yeah, but like you go back, what was that? 2020 was that big Xbox one where they showed a bunch of the
Mhm.
CGI trailers. Was that it?
Yeah.
Because they were a wasteland for a decade.
Yeah. Right.
What were they gonna do? Be like, hey, sorry, we don't
Right.
have anything. No, they had to generate hype somehow. So you show something, right?
Something,
and
yeah.
and to that end, it worked. Like,
But that's one
but
of my
now everybody's
criticisms.
complaining. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
What?
But
It's one of
just
my
weird
criticisms. Even this year is one of my criticisms this year of like some of the games were too much scripted
impact.
stuff.
Don't talk bad about Fable. I'm telling you right now.
Inside, even
I'll
though it's
get
in
on a plane.
engine, you know, but you can tell when a game is like showing gameplay and it's not what the player is going to experience when they have it in their
Right, yeah,
hands,
yeah.
and like that's annoying.
We're all
Yeah.
we're all playing Doom on Game Pass. Gears of War E-Day.
Yeah,
Oh,
I might
for
buy
day,
Doom.
yeah. I'm gonna buy Doom and Gears
Yeah.
of War.
I'm excited for Gears.
Physical. You know, like when they whatever special thing they offer,
Mhm.
I'm gonna buy.
I don't know that they might not do a physical.
They would they gonna do a physical
Don't say that.
for the PS5
Yeah, don't
version.
say that.
Don't have a
Don't.
physical.
I'm not gonna. We're not gonna do that. What we're gonna do? Okay, they didn't offer a physical for Hellblade 2 because it was 11 minutes long.
Because they
and I
waiting
love
for it
that
to go to PS5,
It
bro.
No, I love that game. They're not doing
Said it
that.
was
to
11 minutes long.
Yeah, well, Paul Tassi, shout out, bro. No, yeah.
At least we know where to fit on the Xbox disc.
Yeah, it's true.
There you go.
All right, what's next?
Yeah, it ain't nothing really to say about Gears of War. We buying it. I mean, it's nothing to talk about. We gonna play it day one. Avowed.
Oh, that's my game of the year.
Think it looks amazing. I was a little worried about the gameplay the last time we saw it. Like
Yeah.
the combat looked way too static, too slow. I thought it looked a lot better this time when they did the gameplay show. I mean, the enemies still look a little static to me. Like their animations when they are doing like whatever magic attack or an AoE attack, they're like locked in whatever direction they're looking at. If you strafe left or right, it looked like you could just move right around it. But it did look a lot better. I'm really excited for that, and it's Obsidian, so I don't really care about the.
I thought it was
As
the
long as it's serviceable
opposite.
to good.
I thought it was the opposite of Indiana Jones at this showcase, where the first trailer, for me, for Avowed, the first trailer looked like ass, but this trailer that they showed, this gameplay, it looked amazing. I think they did a complete 180, as opposed to Indiana Jones, where everything to me looked very downgraded and it looked worse than the first trailer.
Yeah, we'll talk about that because I actually don't disagree with you.
Yeah. So Avowed, I'm definitely playing it day one on Game Pass. Steven, I know you excited for Avowed. So
Yeah, I'm super excited for it.
Yep. Obsidian rarely ever misses, if ever. So.
I just like that they seem to have thought of like people that play magic builds because like it actually has magic weapons that you use. Like usually in games with magic, it's
just
you shoot
hands.
magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this one actually has the wands and stuff, which is really cool. And I hope they have a
Yeah, they
decent
didn't just
combat
pander
system
to
with
the Unga Boonga like big sword
Mhm.
crowd, so that's awesome.
Flight Simulator. Is anybody playing that? Do we care?
No, please.
No. All right, let's
No.
move on. We ain't gonna waste no time.
I crash into my house and then turn it off.
State of Decay 3.
I'm excited for that.
Let Steven go off. Yeah, that's
Yeah, I'm really excited for that. Unfortunately, like again, like they kind of showed gameplay, like it felt like gameplay, but it
Yeah.
wasn't gameplay. It was too clean looking. Like
Yeah.
the camera movement was too like snappy.
Mhm.
It looks good. It looks visually a lot more impressive than 2.
I
I just
agree.
hope it hasn't. I just hope they haven't lost the substance that is what I enjoy about State of Decay, which is the community aspect. The article about the game that came out after gave me more information than the trailer did. So I'm pretty excited for it either way. My dad, he's got like 1,500 hours in the second game, so he's excited for it. But he just wants to see more, and he wants to see what they're doing differently or what they're doing the same. So,
Sammy.
Yeah, I've never played State of Decay. I like zombies, but I feel like of all the oversaturated things around, I think zombies are like the one that kind of sticks in my side a little bit. Where I'm like,
Really?
I see zombies, and it's not that I don't like zombies, right? Like,
what was the last zombie game though? I think they're underutilized at this point. What was last year?
Dead Island 2.
That was
I guess you're right, but that's like that was the only one.
I just mean in
Dying
general,
Light
right?
2 came out recently.
Yeah, and I mean they incorporate zombies and everything, right? Like,
or 2022.
Yeah, so
y'all
it's
got
not
it.
me saying I'm not like it looks cool. If Steven's on one day and he's like, "Hey, come play," and he teaches me how to play the game,
we're definitely playing State of Decay. We're playing that day one on Game Pass.
Yeah. As long as I'm hoping it's untethered co-op.
I think it just comes from those years where it was really oversaturated. I mean, you had like the Angry Joe video, like, "Hey Joe, you want to play another zombie game?" And it's like there was a lot of them.
Yeah.
For a while. Lately it's been like one a year maybe or whatever. Like
it's
one
not
big,
me hating on zombies are awesome. I love zombies. I bought an Xbox 360 for Dead Rising. I like zombies. It just it doesn't like light my fire like it used to. That's all.
Yeah.
What we got? Stalker 2.
Day one.
I mean, it's on Game Pass, so it's easy.
Yeah, day one Game Pass. I feel like with a lot of these games, like it's not super a lot to say about because we gonna play them. I mean, if it's on Game Pass, I'm gonna get PC Game Pass $10.99. I'm gonna be on there.
Cool.
So like,
right. But it looks cool, right? All right. So like, just aside from it's on Game Pass, so I'll play it. I think it looks really, really cool. And from what they've said about it, it seems like it's like a really dynamic world, and I love that stuff, right? Choice and consequence, those kinds of things. You affect the world around you. So I think that that has a chance to be a really cool game. Yeah.
Yeah, that game does look good, and I'm excited to support the studio after everything they've been through.
Of course.
So that's going to be dope. That's going to be dope. Steven, go ahead.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing that you guys said. I've never played the first Stalker, so I don't know if that's necessary or not. But
and they released those now on Xbox, by the way. So.
But just the visual style is really nice. I'm pretty much any game that's first person with guns I'm into. So I mean, typical Xbox guy. So.
Diablo 4
Xbox.
No.
Diablo 4.
Vessel of Hatred.
I bought the Ultimate Edition last year, so I'm in day one on that. Like I can't wait.
I'm gonna get back on that. I'm gonna reinstall it. So I could play it again to get familiar when it comes out. But I like Diablo 4. I think it's a good game.
I'm gonna start by saying I'm not sorry.
Oh my god, it's on Game Pass. You ain't gonna play it?
I don't care. No. I'll tell you
Vessel of Hatred is paid. You have to pay for it.
Yeah, I know that one is like $50, ain't it?
We're now in -% chance of me playing that.
Wow.
I don't like games. Steven's gonna laugh at me. I don't like games where I'm just like smacking my controller without having to I don't know. I found when I was playing Diablo 4, and then I had the same thing with 3. I'd just be sitting there like just smashing the buttons on my controller to survive whatever encounter I was in, and then just like go somewhere else to do the same thing.
You want to feel like you have more control of the character,
a little bit,
not just activating abilities.
Yeah.
See, isometric action.
I was gonna say
my favorite.
I was gonna say he might just not like isometric dungeon crawlers then, because that's the whole genre pretty much.
When I was younger, I liked the Baldur's Gate. What were those?
Dark Alliance
action ones. Yeah. I like those a lot.
I just got what's it called? This came in the other day.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
there. That's
Yeah.
peak. Okay, that's peak. The
Yeah,
pinnacle.
I got
of
that
the
too on
genre.
PC.
I
Yeah.
remember when you told me about that because I was like,
That came out
I played
before. What do you call it?
Yeah, it came
I
out
had
like a couple weeks before Marvel Alliance.
Yeah.
I had played all those X-Men Legends games and stuff like that,
Mhm.
and
I
Baldur's
love those
Gate.
games. That's probably more nostalgia based for me.
Yeah, when I was a kid, yeah.
Whereas like today, I don't want to spend $70 or whatever it is to
Right.
play a game like that.
I think what it is, what it is like for me, because I'm currently playing through X-Men Legends 1 right now on PC. I think when you compare that to like Diablo 4, I think the interface on X-Men Legends is much cleaner and it's much easier to get through all of your gear and access all
Okay.
your skills and abilities, as opposed to Diablo 4. When you open up that fucking screen, it is so much shit on that screen where you do your gear and then you have to constantly deconstruct shit, sell shit, move skills around. It's just like, it's just not user friendly.
I think Diablo 4 should have gone for a hybrid approach. On PC, having an inventory system like that works really well because it's just point and click. You're dragging stuff, you're dropping it, whatever.
I was
My
gonna say
dad,
that's the other thing, is that
Yeah.
I think it's way better for PC. That experience of those games is
Well,
just better on PC.
and my dad really loved Diablo 3, and it had a like a wheel kind of thing in the inventory system, and just a list of items that you had. So I think that could be an issue too. I think they went too far back on some of that stuff.
Wait, were those Lord of the Rings games? Would you consider those also the isometric kind of game,
Weren't
like the
those,
old
like-
movie ones?
No, they had
Weren't those more like-
those were third person action games.
They had like fixed angles too, though. You'd be like,
Yeah,
like
where you're
a-
playing with your friend, like you could be Gandalf,
Yeah.
your boy could be like.
Nah, that's not
Yeah.
isometric. Isometric is
No,
more like
okay.
almost top down, but at an angle.
Yeah, like that off angle kind of thing.
Yeah.
yeah,
alright.
like or like an RTS game, kind of like Age of Empires or something like that, where you're looking down.
Dragon Age Veilguard.
So the
This trailer was terrible.
Yeah,
but,
the trailer.
I agree.
But then the gameplay,
Yeah.
it looks amazing. And I have only played most of the first game, Origins. I haven't played the other ones,
I haven't
so
played
I'm going
none
to
of
catch up. This looked fantastic to me. Yeah, absolutely.
It looks really good.
Yeah, this would be the first one I played. So, but the gameplay looks amazing. So definitely a day one. Fable.
I'm down for it.
Game of the
man.
generation, baby.
I can't wait for it.
That's it. That's my number one game.
Like, I think it looks good. I haven't been impressed by what they've shown that much because they haven't really shown us much. So it's like,
It don't matter what y'all think because her jawline so it's woke. So at the end of the day, we can't play that game. Cancel.
that post did y'all see that post I made this morning? It's popping off a little bit. I think it's left.
Real
the
women
target
don't have
audience.
jaws.
It's left the target. 226 likes and
Oh my
31
God.
retweets. I think
There
I've
you
left
go.
the target audience.
No, I'm so excited for this. Like, I'm a huge Fable guy, and I think that what they've shown looks really cool, and I'm expecting them to provide like a really great experience. Yeah, that's I'm all in on Fable. I'll pay $150 for that. Forget 70. I'm in for Fable. Yeah.
Yeah, it look good. I'm definitely gonna try it. To me, I don't know. I could be wrong when they show like the actual unedited gameplay, but to me, it looks like they're going with not completely linear, but a more fixed experience for this one, based on everything they showed, how they focusing on the story. So we'll
I'm
see.
interested on the scope. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that would bode well for the Fable universe, especially because it's Playground, it's their first game that's not racing, so it's probably a little bit smaller in scale. But I mean, it looks amazing, it looks great. It looks like the first Xbox game that is like super AAA game of the year contending.
Yeah, and it looks
Undeniable.
hilarious, by the way. Like, I love that British dry humor, and they've brought it so well so far. So yeah, all in.
Assassin's Creed Shadows.
It's Assassin's Creed, man. I don't know. Like, I'll play it one day, but I still haven't got to Valhalla. So
I am going to play this game. I haven't bought an Assassin's Creed game since Assassin's Creed 2. But the setting is like that. It's just perfect for me. I love the idea of playing as Yasuke. I love the idea of playing as like a shinobi. I like that you can approach every mission or whatever you want to call it, like with either character, which means you can go back and replay it with the other character and have a different experience. I think it looks really, really cool. So I'm definitely going to get that.
Yeah, same. Pretty much everything Sammy said. The game looks great. The graphics looks great. I like how they let you choose which character before you go into the mission. That's beautiful. I like that. And I like the environmental interactivity. Like when they had
Yeah.
I can't remember her name, but when I saw her knock the light off with the knives that she was throwing, and distract the enemy. Shit like that.
Very
It's just
Splinter
to me.
Cell.
Yeah, shit like I like shit like that. When you let me interact with the environment and do different shit and give me the creative freedom.
Thing, it has the whole like the seasons of the year. So like if you're on a level with a pond in the winter, it's just ice. But if you're playing in the summer, you can hide in that pond. Like I think that is very, very cool. That's the kind of little stuff I want to see in newer games to make me feel like, wow, the industry's gone somewhere that I haven't seen yet.
Expedition 33. Can y'all refresh me on what that was if y'all remember?
Yeah,
that's that turn-based game. The
the one we were talking about earlier. Yeah, that game looks great.
It looks amazing.
I'm not playing that.
It looks like what to me what old school Final Fantasy fans have been wanting.
Exactly.
Yeah,
turn-based.
It looks like
Final
mid.
Fantasy
Oh
games.
God, Jesus Christ!
Fuck up.
Nah. Yeah, come on, man.
Looks like No, that game. I like if I was getting if I couldn't sleep one night or something like that, I would definitely throw that.
Okay. Anyway, so
put myself to sleep.
like for me specifically, I really don't like turn-based games like that because I feel like I don't like just hitting a button and just watching stuff happen. I want to be involved. So when I play Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and even though it's turn-based, I gotta time the button for extra damage. I gotta time the button to be able to block and counter. I gotta move my character around to get the right angle to get extra damage. So when turn-based has that level of interactivity and engagement, I love it. Expedition 33 looks amazing to the point where if they made the next Final Fantasy remake, I can't remember whether it was 9 or whichever one they're working on.
Who the hell cares? Yeah.
Whenever they make it, it needs to be like that. It needs to be like that.
I don't understand.
I thought it was really funny.
I thought
it was really funny.
He don't like any Japanese games if they're not Souls.
That's not true.
If they're not Souls. If they're not Souls.
No. That's not. First of all, Shenmue, one of my favorites.
Come on, bro. That don't count. That's nostalgia, bro.
He likes.
No. I played those last year.
He likes
Ninja Gaiden.
So the original Souls. Continue.
Devil May Cry.
The original Souls. Continue.
Oh, get at it. You know what? There's nothing I can say right now. There's nothing I can say. But I thought it was hilarious that this Expedition 33 shows up at the Xbox showcase. I'm looking at the timeline, and a bunch of my buddies who are like, PS5, like they main their PS5. They were like, oh, thank God it's coming to PS5. Like it would have been just such an insult if that game didn't.
Listen, man. Listen. Let me speak to the Pony Brothers. If you have an Xbox or PC, and you are spending and this is my own opinion. If you have an Xbox or a PC, and any of these games that are going to Game Pass, you're able to play them day one, but instead you spend $70 on them, you're a fucking idiot.
You're a mark.
You're an idiot. And you're an idiot, and you're a slave to a plastic box. Because why would I pay $70 or $60 for Expedition 33 when I could just play it day one on PC for $10?
I don't know. Just like I can play devil's advocate because like I've had games that if they're going to PS Plus, I mean I just don't play my PlayStation for anything but first party. Like I like playing on my Xbox and my PC. So like I may not buy it day one for $70 if it's not coming to Game Pass. Just because I mean I never bought every game day one anyway before Game Pass existed.
Right.
But I could understand why someone would prefer to play it on their platform. Now if you have both and you don't,
I'm saying if you have both,
but you also, I mean, it's the
Even
only industry where I see people publicly say things like, "I would rather pay more money for this product."
Yeah, that's just so.
I'm sorry.
You get that.
Is just
I mean, I was at a
dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
I was at a
excuse for it. It's either grifting or you are just not an intelligent person.
And people like that, they feel the opposite way, right? Like I was just at a space the other day, and the guy in there was saying that he doesn't take people seriously when they say they loved a game, but they played it on Game Pass, they didn't buy it. And I'm like,
I don't care what
matter?
That
what does it matter?
Silly.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
what does it matter how I played it? Like I saved myself money. I love Dune 2. I saw it in the theater I paid a one ticket price for it, and I haven't bought it since. So like, I mean,
it's just nonsense, right? And
it's
stupid people's opinions don't like really matter to me one way or the other. So like,
and it's fine if you prefer to buy a game and support the developer.
Absolutely,
you feel like
playing it on Game Pass is supporting them too.
Exactly.
That's how the structure.
They got paid. Yeah, they got paid by Xbox. If they didn't get a good enough deal, then that's their fault, not mine.
And the more people who play it on Game Pass, the more money they make. So yeah, you're supporting them. But yeah,
and there's a lot of games on Game Pass where I played it, like the Ascent, the Rift Breaker, just two off the top of my head where I bought them or I played them on Game Pass, and then a year later
Yep.
when they left, I bought them.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, I
could
did
own
it.
them
I did it with
again.
Starfield, and then I bought
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 full price, and then I just bought it again.
Well,
For
why'd
the
you do it with
physical.
Starfield? It's not going to leave Game Pass. You didn't have to buy
It's
it.
because I have like 400
Uh,
physical video games. I wanna
Staying
be
on the
part of
topic, Shatter Space.
Sorry.
It looks good.
Yeah,
I
I'm
thought it looked
excited.
good.
I'm excited to explore House Varun
Mhm.
because Andrea was my wife in the game,
Yeah.
so so I'm excited for that. That's probably when I'm going to go back to
It looked
Starfield.
darker too. You know
you
what I
know.
mean? It looked darker in tone, which I like.
My favorite part of Starfield was that horror level towards
Mhm.
I guess it was like kind of towards the end of the game.
Mhm.
That was my favorite part, fighting those little bugs and those little monsters and stuff like that.
Yep.
And I said on Twitter, I said if the whole game was like this, it'll probably be one of my favorite games of all time. So I'm excited to see them get back to that dark, fighting the
Yeah.
monsters, that environment, because I think the game was at its best when they put you in that environment, in my
I
opinion.
agree.
Flintlock.
I just played the demo for that before we.
Oh, I gotta
got on
download
here.
that today too. It's on Steam, right?
It's pretty good, yeah.
Yeah.
Looks
It's got
cool.
like a. It's like another take on a Souls like ish kind of game. You've got your melee, you've got the right trigger where you can shoot her gun, and it does like it'll interrupt attacks kind of like in Bloodborne with the parry. Although it seems much more forgiving as far as interrupting. As long as they're in their animation, I think you can hit it and it stuns them. I mean, I only played like 10 minutes or something like that.
Oh, you should play it then, Sammy. Souls ish.
All right.
Yeah.
You know what it looks like to me, just like on first glance. I have this tier of games where like they look cool. I know I'm not. No. It looks cool. I think it looks like it's gonna be a good and cool. I'm not gonna play it. There are too many games that like I want to play. Do you know what I mean? So like a game can be cool and look good.
But what are you
just, like,
playing next month? What's holding your attention next month that you can't play Flintlock?
I'll tell you right now. You thought you had me, you don't. I just started Cyberpunk 2077. And
Okay.
the type of gamer I am, that's going to be a 220 hour game for me. Then I finally got it. It's in my home. Baldur's
BG.
Gate 3, baby. So that's what? That's like another. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
I'll let you slide with that.
200.
I'll let you slide with that then, because Cyberpunk and Baldur's Gate, those games are gonna take you a long time.
That's 450,
Well, and that's my
500
thing.
hours for me.
My thing with new games right now is that like, I've got the huge backlog that I'm working on, but I've also have a few games that I've acquired either on sale or from giveaways or gifts.
Right.
So I've got like RoboCop from last year that I want to play.
Banger.
Banishers: Ghost of New Eden
Banger.
came out
Play
recently.
that game. Play that
Avatar:
game.
Frontiers of Pandora
Trash.
is in my
Mid.
backlog.
Mid. Don't
Trash.
play that.
Absolute
I don't know why
garbage.
you would ever.
I'm in the middle of Rebirth right now, which I'm getting to the last few chapters. I've got Stellar Blade that I want to start after that.
Banger.
Right, me
and
too.
then I've got freaking what else? I've got a bunch of Xbox physical games that but so it's like so Flintlock looks good, but I have other stuff
You get
to
what I'm
play.
saying? That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. It's not one of those games
By the
where
time
it's like,
I get around to it, new games are going to be coming out that I'd probably
and it's like with Hellblade, right? Like I ended up really loving Hellblade, but going into it I wasn't like hyped for it. So, but people were like, "Oh, you could beat it in like 7 or 8 hours," and I was like, "Oh, well, I'll definitely be sick of the open world and Rebirth by the time it comes out, so it'll be a nice break." And I ended up beating like 5 other games before going back to Rebirth. So, like,
Yeah.
I played like I don't even remember everything that I played, but I played like Hades and
love that game.
This like beat 'em up game, Nine Monkeys of the Shaolin. It was pretty good. But yeah, so anyway, so like I have like I already have too many games to get to, and even some that just came out within the last year that I own.
Exactly.
And so it's just like it doesn't stand out enough for me to go, okay, I'm gonna
looks cool.
Yeah.
See, I currently don't have a backlog, so I'm just waiting for First Descendant and Flintlock. So I'm super excited for that.
Fancy.
But
He doesn't have a backlog.
No, I'm not fancy.
I don't believe him. I don't believe that.
I don't believe people that say that.
I think.
How you don't believe it?
No, I don't believe it.
No, okay, so
everyone has a backlog.
We're gonna talk about this for 2 minutes, just 2 minutes, and then because we got 3 games left, and then we out.
Sure.
So just 2 minutes.
Yeah.
I feel like when people say they have a backlog, right? But you playing games that came out 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20. That's not a backlog to me. That's not a backlog. You just
Okay.
playing old shit because you want to play it. But a backlog
Well,
to
what if
me
it's
is when a game came out
completed?
within the year or two, and you're playing it. You're just now getting around to playing it.
Okay, all right. So we're talking about different definitions.
If somebody today is playing Cyberpunk, that wasn't in your backlog. You just ain't play it for whatever reason. That game is 4 years old.
I don't know, man. I have a lot of games in my backlog that like I just never got around to or whatever it was. I disagree with you, and I think you're lying. And
Listen, I can tell you right now,
it's-
every game that's on my shelf, I've beaten.
and that's impressive. You have a backlog somewhere. You don't know about it.
I've got an Excel document of 170 games right now.
Listen. Right now, I'm playing X-Men Legends 1, and I'm playing Max Payne 1, and then I'm probably going to start Superman Apocalypse.
Had you played those games before?
I played Max Payne when I was a kid. I never beat it.
Okay, so
I never beat
neither
one of them games.
You're playing your backlog.
No,
right
that's
now.
not. That's what I'm saying.
That's what you're doing. Yeah, you're playing
listen,
your backlog
Max
right
Payne
now.
1 and X-Men Legends are not in the backlog.
Sorry,
because
it all just came into focus.
Nah,
He
it's
goes,
not a
I don't have a
backlog.
backlog, but I'm playing X-Men Legends.
They are 20 and 30 years old. It's not a backlog. And that's what people got to understand.
All right, you're playing your backlog.
That's
all right,
not. All right, anyway. Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater.
Yeah, I'm going to try to get that day one. I heard it's coming out in November.
Yeah, it's coming out in November.
GameStop slipped the release date.
So I haven't played Metal Gear Solid 3. And so I've asked around, just some friends who like this series a lot, should I play the OG? Like, because I have it, should I play that or should I play the remake? Because I'm not playing both. I play one game, one time, and then I move on. That's it.
I would say, I don't know.
Everyone said the OG.
I got the Master Collection.
That's what I'm talking about.
I got it too, but I never played 3 on it. I'm still on 1.
I played through Metal Gear Solid was a series I always wanted to play that I never played growing up. So I played through 1, 2, and 3. 3 is the best one, by far that I've played so far. So I would say the best experience is probably going to be the remake, unless it just ends up being a disaster, which is possible.
It didn't look that good to me. It looked a little rough. I don't know. I thought I expected it to look a little smoother, cleaner around the edges. It really didn't. I don't know. So I'm thinking I'll probably just play Master Collection. I played 2 on the Master Collection in January, so I'll probably
just play. If you already own it there, I feel like it's just going to be a faithful recreation. It's not going to be anything like Rebirth or remake, like Final Fantasy 7 or whatever, where it's like a completely different game. So I would just play it on the Master Collection since you already own it.
That's my plan.
And then if it's on like a really deep sale one day, maybe you'll feel like playing it again.
I won't. I promise you right now, I will not. I don't play a game. I don't do that. No. Once I play it, that's it. I'm done.
You're gonna play Baldur's Gate 3 multiple times.
I will play it one time.
Nah, listen. I play games multiple times, but I'll agree with Sammy on this point. If a game take me 200 hours to beat or complete, I'm not playing that shit again. Sorry.
And to be clear, I'm gonna play the shit out of that game. I don't play these games one time and like not really play it. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna see everything I can humanly see in that one playthrough. And I know it's not everything in the game. I know that. And then I'm done. Because I can't, my brain just doesn't work any other way. I can't do it.
Perfect Dark.
Yo.
Oh, yeah. That game looks awesome.
It looks amazing. I can't believe how good that looked.
Yeah, it looks
Should have
great.
been what? It looks, they're doing like the immersive sim thing. And the gameplay looks, it doesn't look real. Like, I hope it is real.
That's what they said about Fable last year, too, right? Like, it's just, they're just operating on a different level.
It was a lot more gameplay than we've gotten from Fable, so that was good. I liked that. But
does it not go to show that leaks are just like 95% bullshit? Or just like the inside? Because everything we heard leading up to it, until I think Jez was, like, just before the show said it actually looks okay.
Yeah, Jez.
But prior to that, I mean, the only thing I ever heard was that this game was dying on its last legs. And then it shows up, and I think it stole everybody's heart at that show. It looked amazing.
It looks incredible. So, I just wish it was more a little more linear, like the originals, because to me it looks kind of like Thief mixed with Perfect Dark, like the way that she's doing parkour throughout an open world and all that. I mean, it looks fun. It looks great. I'm definitely gonna play it. I just wish it was a little more linear.
I'd be interested to see that.
I think the situation with the studio is probably. I don't necessarily think the leaks were wrong. I just think that the studio has been around for almost a decade and hasn't really. This is the first time we've seen a gameplay from a game they're making, and they're working with another studio to get it done, right? So
Yeah.
obviously something has gone somewhat wrong there over the years. But
I
it's
just
good
don't
to
know.
see
It
that.
had no business looking this good.
Yeah,
I'll
so
agree
so
with
From
that. Yeah.
what we
so
heard, it had no business looking this
right.
good.
So it's good to see that Perfect Dark is looking good, even though it's probably still like 2 years away.
Yeah. People got to put
or
more respect on Crystal Dynamics. Just because they put out Avengers, people like to act like Crystal Dynamics is like failing and they are one of the worst developers.
Also,
Cut that
kind
out.
of game, Avengers. I mean, it was so clearly the exact type of game that like no developer wanted to make. They were told to make a game like that
Yep.
to make corporate overlords happy.
I played that game for 58 hours.
I
Make me
got
sick.
what I got in. I think I might got like 70 in Avengers. I liked Avengers.
It's a good game. Like every character feels kind of the same, and the updated characters were dumb because it was just like,
Yeah,
you got Thor. You got Thor. Here's girl Thor. You got
Yeah.
Hawkeye. Here's girl Hawkeye.
Yeah.
And that was it. Spider-Man looked awful.
Yeah.
Listen, man, I don't even want to talk about that Spider-Man. I have never in my life seen I ain't never seen a fat Spider-Man, and I don't want. Listen, man, I don't even want to think about that Spider-Man. That's the most flabby, fat, out of shape, garbage Spider-Man I ever seen in my life, bro. Don't disrespect my guy like that no more, bro.
And they didn't put a date on Perfect Dark, right?
No.
Like not even a year. And I'm fine with that. Take as long as that looks so good, just cook. However long it takes.
Yeah, they had so much. It was so many joints at the Xbox showcase that it's like, who gives a fuck how long it come out? Because so many games
you can't
come
release
out.
everything at once.
I mean, this year you got Indiana Jones, you got not Perfect Dark, you got Avowed, you got goddamn Flintlock
Stalker.
is coming, you got Stalker too. So it's just like, even if it comes in 2026, that's fine. Like it is what it is.
Yep.
Do any of y'all remember Atom Fall? What game was that?
Yes, actually, it looked cool to me.
British Fallout.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I don't remember that game. But if you say Fallout, I'm automatically not interested. So
what are you talking about?
I'm good.
What are you talking about?
I'm
what
good.
Does that mean?
Listen.
No.
You say Fallout, I'm good. I'm good, man.
You're good. Did you like the show?
I didn't watch the show.
All right, I'm sick of you.
I played Fallout 4. It was ass. I'm good.
So
next.
So there's one game. I don't know if you put it down, but it was one that I wanted to see gameplay for. Was South of Midnight.
Oh my god, that game was great.
Yes. Looked amazing.
Looks so cool.
That game
it looks
amazing.
like it's got that like Spider-Verse skin animation thing with like the 24 frames per second.
Yeah.
And then the combat looks, it's third person combat,
I mean,
right?
But obviously, I think there's probably more to it too, right? Like we didn't see any abilities or powers or anything like that. It was just like a little. So I think there's going to be more to the combat.
I'm just sold on the traversal. Fuck the combat, just the traversal. Her going through the environment like that, and man, that game looks amazing.
And the setting,
and the art style.
Everything.
Oh my god.
Yes. No, I'm all in on that game. Absolutely.
Yeah, that game looks great.
So I'm excited for that one.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Fragpunk.
No, we don't.
What the fuck? Oh, that was the other hero shooter.
The other hero shooter.
Listen, I'll try it on Game Pass.
The cards. It's got the cards. You use cards.
I'll try it on Game Pass.
Look, so just for me, like I'm really interested in like weird, quirky first-person shooters because I played this game called Lemnis Gate a couple years ago. It's a turn-based FPS.
What?
Shoot me in the head, dude. Oh my god.
Like, I mean, that's kind of what Fallout is.
No,
it's not. No, it's not. It's not. That's not.
Based on your gameplay, based on your fucking gameplay, that's kind of what Fallout is.
That's because it's funny, bro. It's hilarious.
He selects it, and then the enemy attacks, and then he goes bats again.
Yeah, come on, dog. That's turn-based, dog. You might as well play the game he talking about.
Oh my
but
God.
yeah. So having like a card game inside of an FPS. I don't know. It might not be good, but it definitely is something at least unique. It's not another military shooter like what was that one of the Summer Game Fest? Delta Force Hawk Ops.
Yeah, it's a dollar bin
I mean,
Walmart game. What's next?
Oh my god!
I think that's it.
I mean, that's it. If y'all have anything else that
we didn't
missed?
talk about Indiana Jones.
Oh yeah, we didn't talk about that. Listen, this website that I'm using for the showcase, their ass. What website is this? Turtle Beach. Yeah, I should have known. It's a website about headphones.
All right.
Yeah, Indiana Jones. Go ahead. We got to talk about that.
I don't know. It looks okay. I think that it's a win for Xbox to get like I guess an IP like
a
that.
licensed game. Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't make me like I don't know. Indiana Jones is cool. I don't love it, and this game looked okay. I don't know. The gameplay didn't look that good to me. It looked weird. It looked a little choppy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play that game. I'm gonna probably 100% that game because it'll probably be like 8 hours long or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Well, machine games for me has always been like not as good Doom, right? Like it's always been like that for me. I never liked
Right.
Wolfenstein, their Wolfenstein
It's
games as
great
much.
value Doom.
Yeah, it's like we've got Doom at home and
Yeah.
you've got Wolfenstein.
Right.
Like it's good, but like it would always bother me because I'm like playing it and you're like they present it as this like oh, you're dual wielding machine guns and stuff, but it wants you to be like stealthy at times too. And I don't know, I just never got into it. But so I don't expect the gameplay to blow me away, but it looks like the cutscenes of the story
Right.
really
That was
has that
hilarious.
essence. It has that essence of an Indiana Jones movie,
Yeah.
and it's not 82-year-old Indiana Jones. So
Right.
it'll probably be
Mhm.
a lot better.
Yeah.
So hopefully it's good. I like it. I like the way it looks. I think I'm gonna play it. I mean, obviously since it's on Game Pass, it's not really
Yeah, that's
an
another
issue.
game I'll try it on Game Pass, but nothing about the game looks
Yeah. I
really
thought it looked
all that
Right.
great the
good.
first time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
The first time looked great.
the first gameplay trailer, the graphics looked amazing. I was like, well, at least the
Mhm.
game looks great. This one, it was
Yeah.
like, yeah, they lied. They lied. That shit was downgraded like a motherfucker.
So we'll see. I mean, like, if it's fun, great. But I'm not like that. That game doesn't like. I don't think that it cracked my top 10 like
Mhm.
games of that showcase or anything.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So overall, that but like Indiana Jones, like that's the type of stuff. I think this is the last big push. I don't want to say last because last is like forever, but it's kind of like the last big push that they go on showing all these games for Game Pass. I feel like going into the future because if they drop all these games every year,
Yeah.
let's say for the next 3 years, every game that they showed at this showcase comes out. To
Mhm.
me, this should be enough. Theoretically speaking, this should be enough to at least get to 50, 60 million on Game Pass.
Can we be honest about something?
What's up?
Call of
What
Duty
happened?
is going to have to be enough one way or the other because I
Yeah,
think every other customer they've already reached out to. The
yeah,
only
that's
I
way is
true.
think
to get the casual market to understand what Game Pass is first of all, and then come play it for you,
I
like
mean
with you.
I think they've shown that like even though they're doing the cloud gaming thing, that a lot of people don't really use it, and
Yeah.
the PC community, most of them will not play stuff off Steam. They would rather buy a game on
Right.
Steam than deal with the PC Game Pass app, which
Right.
like is kind of fair, but at the same time, like honestly, I use the Xbox app all the time. I install a game, I hit play on it, it fucking launches. So I really don't know what they're
Mhm.
complaining about.
It's just not Steam.
Yeah, it's
That's
just not Steam.
yeah.
And so like the only place for growth in Game Pass is console sales, and they decided they don't care about that anymore because they're putting games on PlayStation. So I mean,
Yeah. I think it's
like,
all about the casual market. That's how you like quote unquote win console
well,
generations.
and
Because
especially
we
now,
make up a microscopic portion of gaming.
That's
Most
true.
yeah.
people care about a few games.
That's a good point about Call of Duty on Game Pass. Because if Call of Duty on Game Pass
If
can't
that
get you
doesn't work,
there,
it's done. Yeah.
ain't
Close.
nothing gonna get you. If Call of Duty
Well, and
can't
I
do
think
it,
Hmm.
I think it depends on what value does Game Pass offer a Call of Duty gamer on console, right? So if you're a PlayStation gamer, um, and you're looking, okay, I'll buy the $70 Call of Duty, and I'm gonna pay for PS Plus because you have to for paid online games, and then you've got season passes and stuff like that. But if that's the only thing they play all year,
Right.
I mean, is paying for because they'd have to pay for Game Pass Ultimate,
mhm.
which is
Hmm.
like $210 a year, I think. Now
Mhm.
it's
Right.
it's
If you don't play
17.
any other games, then
Yeah,
it's
that's
not
Yeah.
true.
like the whole point of it is to
So
have it pay for itself
Yeah.
by
so I
playing a lot
feel
of
like
games.
they should offer the games in Game Pass, but I feel like the seasonal content, the battle passes should be in Game Pass. Like
You gotta, yeah,
make it where only additional MTX like cosmetics and stuff
Yeah.
that you would buy in a store are
yeah,
not there, but you'll get a 20% discount on it all too. So like that Vessel of Hatred DLC for Diablo, it's $50 or whatever. It's 20% less on Game Pass.
Mhm.
So,
right.
I mean, there is that, but I just don't know that if it's enough to make someone. I don't know if it's not something that'll make somebody want to switch from PlayStation to Xbox. But
Mhm.
Right.
there's a lot of people on PS4 still, so
Right.
I
And
think
Xbox One, yeah.
yeah. So I think what they really need to do is just try to figure out how to get those people that when they go to the store to buy a console, that it's an Xbox and not a
And
PlayStation
PC
Which
anymore.
Game
means you have to
Pass.
market. Which means you have to market.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Xbox needs to market big time and make sure people understand what Game Pass is because I don't think a lot of people do. So yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
do y'all have anything else to add that we didn't talk about?
Oh,
Uh,
the 2 terabyte Series X.
We not talking
For
about that.
$600?
Hey, do y'all have anything else? We ain't talking about
What do you
that
mean?
garbage.
Bloodborne's a mid FromSoft game. Outside of that, no, that's about
All
it.
from soft games are mid.
No, okay,
Damn.
let's calm down.
Listen, Xbox. 10 seconds is all they get. Xbox is wrong for charging $600 for their all digital Series X. They
Yes,
know better
absolutely.
than that. Clearly, they don't care about the console sales, so they're just doing whatever the fuck they want to at that point. Yeah, that really ain't that worth talking about.
Yep.
They need to make more of those Velcro plates. That's what I need from them for the Series X. But you got anything else, Sammy? I know you got to go in a second. You got anything else, or we good?
No, that's everything for me.
Burning up in his car right now.
I am.
Yeah, he probably sweating. He probably look greasy as hell.
Somebody walking by, like, what is he doing? He's been
I'm
sitting
gonna
there
show
for
up at
2
the
hours.
doctor's office. They're gonna be like, "No, yeah, he needs to be committed." So,
Hey,
I'm done.
thanks for joining us, man. We'll see y'all next week on Pixelated Perspectives. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we appreciate it.
Love you. Thank
Y'all
you.
later.